Welcome. I hate that you did that as soon as Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of the AFK podcast. I am your host, Mr. Afro Black, coming at y'all with my co host, Mr. Markov's Portrait. Say hello to the people.
Bye.
Hello. We got a shit ton of articles. It may or may not be due to the fact that everyone just decided to splurge out a bunch of information, and we haven't done a show in like 2 weeks. But we are going
It
to talk
was
about
not E3 week.
No, not at all. So we got a shit ton of stuff to go through. So my apologies if we don't spend as much time as you guys would like on specific topics. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I try to put it in some reasonable order, so we'll just go through it. First things first, the hit slasher game from the hit like 1980s, 1990s slasher icon Jason Voorhees. The game Friday the 13th is unfortunately going to be having its license expire this year on December 31st. The official Twitter for the game tweeted out, what was this? A little over a week ago, saying that the time has come. Our license for Friday the 13th will expire on December 31st of this year. On that date, Friday the 13th, the game will no longer be available for sale, either physically or digitally. The game, however, will run for yet another year to December 31st of 2024. If you already own it, as of June 8th, you should be able to pick up the game for $4.99, and it's about $1 for each piece of DLC. They also say we will continue to offer the title and content at that price point right up until it is removed from storefronts on December 31st. We would like to thank our community for the dedication they've shown to Friday the 13th and Gun Interactive as a whole. We are happy the game will live on a while longer and continue to be enjoyed by anyone owning the game already. Tis a sad day, Carter.
Yeah.
Did you actually end up playing it at all?
I've played a few games of it. It's not bad, but I definitely think Dead by Daylight gets that formula down a lot better.
I see. Fair enough. I know I personally didn't. However, they did clear up a couple of lore-related questions I did have about the franchise, so I can't say I am happy. I guess that I can't say that I am sad.
Anything.
I can't say anything. I can't say that I am sad that they made the game, period. I appreciate the dedication and the love that they put into the game. I will say that much.
Could have cleared up lore by dropping DBD DLC.
True. That's fair.
Maybe that's the route it'll go. I don't know.
Maybe. Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Fucking chugging on all cylinders. So.
But yeah. So there's that. There's that little nitbit. Moving on to what Carter's going to be having wet dreams about up until October. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 arrives exclusively on PS5 on October 20th, with the collectors and digital deluxe editions detailed. See? Let's see here. What do we have? So, I'm trying to find the part that we care about here.
Oh, what's in there?
It's in here. So, they released the launch date along with some of the goodies that you'll be getting if you pre-order the games and certain shit that you get. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. And along with certain things that you will be getting with said pre-order. Carter, why don't you tell us about that, dude?
Yes. So, the standard edition is just the regular version of the game. There's not kind of pre-order incentive behind the standard edition beyond having the game, which if you're into that, that's fine. The digital deluxe edition. Oh, and I should mention the standard edition is running $69.99, which they have been pretty consistent with this generation as far as their first party titles go. So no big surprise there. The digital deluxe edition, which retails for $79.99, $10 more, um, includes the game. Oh no, I lied. There are some pre-order incentives for all editions. So the base version of the game, you get both the Arachnite suit for Peter as well as Shadow Spider for Miles, and 3 color variants on top of the base model for those. So you're getting 8 costumes for pre-ordering, 4 variants of each. In addition to that, you get 3 skill points to boost your character with early, as well as the web grabber gadget before it is available through the main story progression. So again, to clarify, that is with all editions of any pre-order of this get. The digital deluxe edition comes with all of that stuff that I just mentioned, plus 10 more suits, 5 for each character, 2 additional skill points to the 3 in the standard pre-order bonus, and additional items to be used in the game's photo mode.
Okay, interesting.
Something that is particularly interesting about these suits in the digital deluxe edition is that the 10 suits that they have chosen for the game were designed by guest artists across comics, films, and PlayStation studios themselves. Featured artists are Chris Anka, Julia Blattman, Weenie Boo, Anthony Francisco, Ralph Grassetti, uh, Gerard Marantz. I'm sorry if I butcher any of these. Gerard Marantz, Joel Mandish, Darren Quach, and Victoria Ying. Um, Looking at these, Peter gets the tactical suit, the Arantia suit, 25th century suit, a stone monkey suit, and an apocalyptic suit, which seems to be a take on Spider-Punk. Miles Morales is getting the Agimat suit, a Red Spectre, encoded biomechanical suit, which goes really hard, and the Tokusatsu suit, which, honest to Christ, just looks like a Power Ranger costume.
It really does. It looks like the white
Bizarre.
Power Ranger suit.
Yeah. Yeah. They went dummy hard on those skins. One thing to note that they did clarify with this after the initial announcement, the 10 suits in the deluxe edition are exclusive to the deluxe edition, so you cannot unlock them through any traditional gameplay, which has sparked some controversy. I'm kind of in the middle with it personally. Um, these suits are, as I mentioned, non-canon, and it's not like, I don't know, they're not pulling from the Spider-Verse or any like Spider-Man history for any of these. It's kind of just stuff that they commission people to do and say, hey, add this to our game. So I can understand why they're doing it separately from that, but I kind of hate that they're locking content behind an additional paywall because Insomniac's been really good about not doing that.
That's fair.
So I don't know. And then the last edition of the game, the collector's edition, which your boy fucking scooped, and I believe when checking earlier this afternoon, these are still available on the PlayStation Direct website for those who are interested. For 229 US dollars. The collector's edition of Spider-Man 2 comes with all of the aforementioned stuff that we have talked about, a digital copy of the deluxe edition of the game, because again, there are 2 models of a PS5 out. One of them does not have a disk drive. People are up in arms about that too, but I understand that as well. You get a digital copy of the digital deluxe edition. They are still giving you a steelbook display case, which looks absolutely gorgeous. It is art of Miles and Peter fighting Venom when he is at his giant fucking kaiju mode. This dude's like 50 feet tall in the concept art. It looks sick. And then you also get a statue which depicts the same fight on the steelbook display case. Again, this is a 19-inch statue of Venom taking on both Spider-Man at the same time, and it goes so goddamn hard.
Like I said, Carter's gonna be having wet dreams about this game.
I have never been more happy to submit to capitalism in my entire life.
That's fair. I mean, you're getting your money's worth, I suppose. What at the end of the day, though, it does really depend on how much quality went into the statue. Is my thing.
I trust in some. I have never played an Insomniac, and I 100% of the last Spider-Man game more times than I am so fucking excited for this.
Goddamn.
So again, all of these versions are available for pre-order. The collector's edition with the statue is available exclusively through direct.playstation.com. Otherwise, you can get it anywhere that you would pre-order your games. As of this recording, I will double check again. I believe all versions of the
All versions of the game are still available,
so yeah, they have not currently sold out of any collector's edition,
which is good.
but it's very good.
What about you, Julio? You gonna get Spiderman?
I don't know, maybe,
Maybe, perhaps.
perhaps. Kind of depends. I'm on a tight budget right now. So,
You saving for
So,
something?
nah, like, I have some stuff I still have to pay off.
Do you have to pay off your car or something still?
so
Yeah, I mean, my car I still need to pay off, and then I got some stuff on like loan orders that you can do. Because I got this new fucking tablet, so
Why you got a tablet?
for work.
This man's committed to
yeah,
the
why don't
job.
you
Let me
have a
tell you.
tablet?
What? Well, I mean, it's a work tablet. It's not like I didn't need my gaming laptop, which honestly I should just sell because I never use it anymore. But no, I
Fair.
just got one of the Microsoft tablets so that I could fucking do like drawing stuff on it or like programming or like self projects, and then it's small enough to take to work.
Fair enough.
And like,
Nerd.
yep.
Nah,
Fair enough. But yeah, no. Spider-Man's shaping up to look like one hell of a game, and I'm excited to see what comes of it.
for those of you who are lore buffs as well, the takeaway from that game confirmed that not Eddie Brock or Flash Gordon.
Who is it?
It's part of the mystery. All they have said is that it is not Gordon, who are
Huh.
the first two people to be Flash in any other. So
Wait, what?
yeah,
You said
all they
Flash
have said
twice.
about Venom, and he is not Flash or Eddie.
No, but you said that they aren't using the first two people that played as Flash. That's why Julio got confused.
Well, the first two people that are Venom.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whatever. You
It's
know what I
fine.
meant. Shut up.
Listen, I didn't say it, all right? Julio's the
Sticklers.
one.
I didn't know. I was like, hold up.
It's a new Venom,
Flash?
okay? It's a new host.
Heard Venom, and then you went to Flash.
It's a new host. I'm sorry, Flash Thompson is cool.
You also called him Flash Gordon, and I didn't say anything about it. So
Shut up.
don't even act
I'm
like I was trying
excited
to get
about
you.
games.
I don't know. It
It's a
sounds like
new
a fake
Venom.
Venom fan to me.
I'm gonna kill you. Not really. I have to disclaim that for the internet.
Do you though?
Shut up.
I think most people on the internet need that kind of excitement, dude.
In game, in game.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Let's see here. Another bit of news. Looks like Bandai made their announcement trailer roughly about a week ago. For Tekken 8.
We could go.
True. Specifically for the closed network test, which plans on starting on July 21st of this year. And registration is now open. It looks like you can go to their announcement trailer and just sign up there for it. So that's cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know Julio's jumping all over that, dog.
I'm pretty interested. I was more of a Tekken guy than Street Fighter, so I'm glad they're both coming out this year.
I played
Um,
Tekken on my fucking Game Boy Advance and beat some ass.
dude, Tekken Advance goes hard.
Had that shit.
Yeah, no, it's shaping up to be a really sick year for fighting games.
Hell yeah. That's what we need, dude. Give
We
me
got all
Dragon Ball
those.
Fighters
There's that
2.
well, there's Fighters 2. There's the Budokai announcement.
Oh yeah, give me Budokai over
Mortal
Fighters.
Kombat.
I'm definitely getting Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I
Oh hell
love
I
yeah.
that
will
shit.
fuck around with that hard. That was yeah.
We'll
Those
play
were
the
my
shit
games
out
more
of
than
that game.
Fighters.
I will definitely be grabbing that, scooping it. Um, let's see here. Oh, this is something that I seen unexpectedly that Carter conveniently put in the Discord a few days ago. Let's see here. According to comicbook.com, Adult Swim is to launch a new block featuring Cartoon Network's biggest classics. Warner Brothers
This
or
is the first one I put it in the last list since the last podcast. I didn't sneak shit in.
you snuck it in. It's okay though. It's fine. Discovery recently announced a greater focus on its animated releases with Adult Swim that expanded the Adult Swim block broadcast to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard earlier this spring. This kicked off with the likes of shows such as reruns of King of the Hill and newer releases like Unicorn Warriors Eternal airing in those earlier time slots rather than the usual Cartoon Network programming. Now things get even bigger. An extra hour of Adult Swim programming has been such a success that Warner Brothers Discovery is expanding things even further. Um, Deadline reports that 1 hour that 1 hour expansion with Cartoon Network has been such a success for Adult Swim that Discovery will be adding on an additional hour featuring nostalgic block from literally repeated this 3 fucking times. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Okay. Classic animated series that fans might recognize, such as Dexter's Laboratory, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and more.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Also included in this list is Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ed, Ed, and Eddie. That have been periodically airing on Cartoon Network here and there over the decades since their original runs. On Saturdays, this 6 p.m. hour will be used to showcase the likes of the Unicorn Show and the upcoming My Adventures with Superman. Sundays will be used for the Acme night blocks. So yeah, that's cool. I'm actually kind of excited about that. I'm glad that kids
Man
of
read
this
that article like
generation.
he doesn't know what classic are.
I don't
Yeah, dude.
like how this article is formatted at all. Period. I honestly hate it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be awesome. I'm glad they're educating some of the youth about the golden age of Cartoon
Damn
Network.
straight, bro.
Also, because you kind of brushed over it, I'm gonna go back to Unicorn Warriors. That show goes fucking hard. It is Gendy Tartakovsky's newest show. If you are not familiar with his name, you are familiar with his work. Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, Primal, um, Hotel Transylvania. Like, man is fucking icon in the industry.
Goddamn. He has made some heavy hitters. Respect.
And that show goes no less hard than any of the aforementioned, except maybe Hotel Transylvania.
I actually still need to
But
watch the last season of Samurai Jack.
Same.
same, actually.
Or-
Maybe that should be the next
Live stream.
chat watch,
Live.
Discord watch.
Live chat or whatever.
Yeah.
Live screen share. Bullshit.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
I'd be down.
Cool.
I got some seltzers downstairs. I'd be down to kick back a few and just watch some Samurai Jack tonight.
Oh boy.
But
Cool.
but yeah,
But yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome.
I'm actually
Kind of
really glad that
concerns
they're
me that
bringing
they
them
have
back.
that much free time in their lineup that they're just like, hey, let's dump all these classic cartoons on here. Something.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's either rerun garbage or rerun
Good shit.
classic hits. I don't even know if we should call them classic hits yet. I don't know.
I would say it's old. Some of them are old enough that I'd call them Courage.
Yeah.
Billy and Mandy's turning 20 this.
That
Is it
fair.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, I think it might already be 20 because Grim and Evil 2000.
I'm pretty sure that was a 2001.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So
I feel old.
yeah, I would say they're old enough to be deemed classics at this point.
Fair enough. I need to go back and rewatch some of these now. I need
They
to
need to
watch
bring
more
back
Ed, Ed, and
Courage,
Eddie.
though.
Boomerang.
It basically went the way of Nicktoons, where they dumped all of their less successful.
Mm. That's sad.
Yeah.
Boomerang was never
I'm
really
excited
super
for.
popular though as a network.
No, it was like you had to have the tier of cable package to have. My
I see a
grandpa had it. I
severe lack
remember it.
of fucking Teen Titans. That's
Yeah,
insane, actually. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I think they're going for their originals because there's not really any like deep.
Yeah, but like, literally, they're
Like I
bigots.
agree with
Like,
what you're saying, but I think their mindset behind sticking with their classic in home. I, for one, am excited to see a new generation get absolutely traumatized by Courage. So,
And Billy and Mandy.
return the slab.
Billy
Oh
and Mandy, they
Jesus.
play it up enough for comedy that I don't think it's that scary. Courage just plays shit straight.
Bro, courage, like spirit of the harvest. That episode
True.
actually fucks you up.
Yeah, return the slab, homie. Oh no, never. I remember what episode. Yeah, that was
Yeah, I made references to
just some
both.
weird
I'll
shit.
allow it. That fucking episode where Eustace is crying in the rain, hugging his child self.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot
Yeah,
dude.
that
He's
goes
like,
dummy.
Courage the Cowardly Dog goes super fucking hard. I'm surprised you've seen that episode. I know you've only seen like, I know you haven't seen that much Courage, unless you watched more since the
Me?
last time we talked about it. Yeah.
No, I watched the fuck out of Courage when I was a kid. Courage is like the one cartoon I could get my mom down and watch with me.
That's fair.
Probably because her adult mind was just like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm glad this
yeah,
shit is
no, she
covered
was.
just enough for him to not notice.
Yeah, she was like my age when all that was on, and I'm like 6 or 7. She's just like, all right,
Fuck it, dude.
cool. She's still. There was a night a couple years ago she was out drinking. What's that one episode where they just have the creepy ghost guy standing outside and he's yelling about his slab or something? I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
Should have just started playing the clip for her.
I should have.
But yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
actually
it'll be
really
rad.
happy that they're doing that, man. It's pretty nice. Moving on to the next one, something that's kind of funny, but also I kind of feel bad for this guy. So, we all know the heavy hitter that released in recent times this month, motherfucking Diablo 4. As far as I understand, there was something going on with Blizzard where they were gonna put your name on like the sanctuary like headstone or whatever if you were part of the first like 100 people to get to level 100 or some shit like that.
It's
Well,
first 100 level 50 hardcore characters.
yes. So,
Yeah. They also get a tribute from Morgan Fox.
you mean Megan Fox?
Who?
Yeah.
What do you mean they did a tribute?
Oh,
Ah,
she just
dude.
like
Now I wish it was
shouts you
from
out
Morgan
and
Freeman.
That's
I
funny.
can't believe you hit level 50 in Diablo
Level
4.
150.
You no life piece of shit. So, apparently, the first player to reach hardcore level 100 in Diablo 4 saw their character die after the game disconnected. As reported by PC Games N, Twitch streamer, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, Hanaf recently reached level 100 in the game's most difficult mode and was recognized by Blizzard as the first to do so. However, as Karn continued to play the game to try and reach the final boss, the game disconnected from the server. If a player dies in hardcore mode, their character is permanently killed and they have to start all over again from experience level 1. Because a player could potentially deliberately disconnect when their health is low to avoid dying, the game treats a disconnect as a death. As such, when Karn rebooted the game, he found that his hardcore level 100 barbarian character, which had been playing as for who he had been playing as for 82 hours, had died. And here's the clip. I'll actually play it for you guys really quick.
Ah,
I
yikes.
didn't
Okay, you
watch
can't
the
use these guns
clip.
on
That's
normal
too
whip.
much heartbreak.
There's a clip.
Yep.
Of course, there's a.
Pretty
You're
great.
streaming it.
Uh,
Lag. All right, he's lagging a little bit.
No.
Oh God. Oh no.
Hello?
Oh
If you go
no.
frame by frame, you can see the
Fucking.
exact moment his heart shatters.
Oh my God.
Are you
I'm
kidding me?
I'm surprised I'm not seeing the chat blow up yet. Oh, here it goes. There it is. Everyone's just like, oh no, not like this, please. Oh my God, I'd be so fucking heartbroken.
Yeah, well, I think that's the point. Is like
That's
because they've
disgusting.
admitted for the couple weeks server for stability.
Yeah. Let's see here. Despite the obvious disappointment this will have caused, Karn nevertheless has been acknowledged by Blizzard as the first player to reach level 100 on hardcore mode. As such, he will be the first name etched onto a statue of Lilith as part of a challenge set by Blizzard. Last month, Blizzard announced a Diablo challenge that will see up to 1,000 players getting their names added to the statue. But in order to qualify, they have to reach a level 100 in hardcore mode and must provide proof. The competition either ends when either 1,000 players successfully provide proof of reaching hardcore level 100, or by the end of September 1st, whichever comes first. Because players don't have to go on to complete the game after reach a level 100, Karn's accomplishment will still qualify for the inclusion on the statue. So, I mean, that's good,
I'm
but
glad he was streaming the whole fucking thing then.
that's what I'm saying, bro. But I mean, I guess the challenge still counts. So I mean, he can't be too mad, I guess. But I'd still be
Oh, I'd
kind
still
of,
be mad.
I'd still be kind of heated that I just spent 82 hours playing on a character that didn't even die because it was my mistake, but because of servers.
Yeah.
Tell us, Julio, what would you do in that situation if your character died due to lag?
I mean, I'd be pretty mad in the moment. Not gonna lie. But I can see why they do it.
Oh no, I
Because
understand completely because you have people that would abuse that, and the moment they would disconnect, or the moment they were about to die, they would just alt F4.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
agree with their mindset.
yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously I'd be mad in the moment, but like at this point you would just look back at it and be like, haha, that was funny. Like,
Only the game's gods could kill me.
yeah, I mean, like 82 hours out of the like thousands of hours you're gonna put into Diablo, and like he already hit level 100. If I was like level 99 and Blizzard was like, damn, that sucks, then
that would that
I
might
would
make
be
me
different.
uninstall the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but like he already got the accomplishment he needed to do, and
That's fair.
then after that you can like do whatever.
True. True. But yeah, I thought I'd toss that little tidbit in there because I thought it was unfortunate but kind of funny. Moving on to the people that love the bipedal turtle people with ninja weapons. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is receiving DLC called Dimension Shock. It will include a new story, a new playable character named Usagi, new music, and that's all I know. So there's that nice little tidbit as well. It looks kind of fun to play though. He's a samurai, bro.
Apparently that game is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not super into Ninja Turtles, but I've heard it's a really good modern beat 'em up game. So
Looks interesting.
It's God.
He's a tornado rabbit.
it's also got online co-op.
True. You can play through it on stream, dude. let's see. Carter, would you like to go
That's
over your Persona news? Persona 3 Reload.
Sure would.
All right.
So, an intern at Atlas got fired last week.
Oh, okay.
Um, they had their big Xbox showcase before their Starfield Direct. They were going through doing a bunch of crazy awesome announcements. It was a really pretty stacked day that we'll get into here in a bit. But amongst the stuff that was announced, someone who stalks at, well, not even stalks. There were people watching Atlas's social medias because there was a lot, and been a lot, of rumors about a bunch of new Persona games coming out. We've touched on it a couple times
Yeah.
in the past few months. But there was a pretty well-respected, well-established leaker that was coming out the night before this event saying, hey, something's going to happen. Um, and it was getting to a point that like domains for websites were getting updated. There was um, like copyright patents that people were filing for names for persona related stuff. Like all kinds of stuff that was pretty much pointing out saying, hey, yeah, this is going to get announced. Whoever runs the social media for Atlas dropped trailers for both of the big Persona game announcements 48 hours before they were actually going to them.
Oh, beautiful.
The
We
good
love
news
that.
is
We love that,
we are
dude.
getting 2 brand new Persona games
Fantastic.
within the next. Um, I will go in order of importance and fan reaction. The first one is called. Oh, I'm blanking on the name already. Hang on. Shit. Where's it at? Persona 5 Tactica, or Persona 5T, which is a top-down strategy game in the vein of Fire Emblem that has the main cast from Persona 5, Vanilla, because Royal doesn't exist apparently.
Nope.
And then they have shown off a few new characters to that game. There are over 10 playable characters and 230 demons from the Persona Shin Megami Tensei Compendium that you use to just kind of play Fire Emblem with. And the art style kind of harkens back to like the Persona Q. It's kind of like chibi mini versions of the characters people don't like, even though they've been doing it about 10 years. They did confirm full English voice acting, back with the full original cast, so that'll be cool. If you're a big fan of Persona 5, there is more of that world for you to have. I'm looking forward to it. Comes out some fall, I believe.
Fantastic. Not too far off.
While there has not been any official announcement made beyond it being on past day one, it has been leaked by retailers that it is getting. So that was the lesser of the two. The big announcement, which also got leaked, which people were looking forward to for a few years now, they are officially remaking Persona 3 in the Persona 5 engine. It looks really good. There are people that are complaining that it looks too much like Persona 5, but it really
Even
doesn't
though,
because they're dumb. Uh, like it's in the same engine. That's the only thing that makes it. Um, there are a couple of points about this game that are pissing people off as well. As far as the half-assed approach that Atlas seems to be to modern audiences. As we talked about when it came out late last year, kind of half-assed the portable remake. It was still really clunky. AI upscaler to most of it quote unquote modern for platforms. And there was just a lot of weird stuff that didn't quite, it wasn't very optimized. 20 year. This time, everything looks really good. People were really excited about it, but in an interview that they did after the reveal, kind of was going to have, they have said it is not only is it not going to have any of the gameplay stuff from Persona 3 Portable, so it's not going to have the female protagonist, it's not going to have any of the story beats that that character had. Throwing all of that away. It is also not going to have anything from the extended version of Persona 3, Persona 3 FBS, which included a really beautiful epilogue that a lot of people like, that just kind of acted as final closure for the main cast after the final boss, which is here, because it does have a pretty big spoiler for a character. But yeah, they are not including anything beyond here is the base game, modern.
That's oh well, I guess my question is, are you happy or upset with them cutting all that content and making it more streamlined?
I will still be getting it. It's not even that they're making it more streamlined. They are treating this as it is the original version, which most stuff that references Persona 3 in that universe kind of pulls more from either of the. And it also just really upsets me that if you're going that far as completely remake the game ground up, sole intent, giving it ability, you would include all of that content to make it a definitive edition like you are.
I mean, that's fair.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out. I imagine that I'll be getting it day one because I'm still a horror franchise at the end of the day. I do like it. I think Persona 3 tonally is really interesting for people who got into the series in 4 or 5. It's just so fucking pressing the entire way. It was just being part slice of life anime, part Pokemon dungeon crawler anime. It gets into some pretty heavy subject shit.
That's fair.
That it, for its
I will take your word for it. What about you, Julio? You gonna get Persona 3 Reloaded? Julio?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, yeah. No, I plan on getting it. I've never played Persona 3 and I've never played the remakes. So I guess I'm just gonna play the original and then whenever they release the new updated remake, then I'll probably have fun with that.
Fair
So
enough.
it's pretty much a
so.
whole new persona for me. So
Yeah, no, and that's absolutely not me. Version that would be a good for people to jump in. Is also good. It's also been so it'll be there for everyone.
Good stuff. So yeah, so people that are looking forward to a new or just like a new release of the Persona franchise, there you go.
And for everyone bitching about them milking Persona 5, I laugh in your face because we are not even halfway through the milk cycle that Persona.
Why don't we talk into or dive into a a more saturated article now. Xbox games showcase this year, along with everything we need to know.
Yeah, so here's this is all the stuff that was officially announced
Yeah,
from that showcase.
yeah. So,
There was, I'll admit, there was some pretty exciting shit that happened for them last week.
hell yeah. I heard that Starfield's like new trailer and shit actually got quite a few people excited.
We'll get into that, but I am very much looking forward to that game more than I was 6.
I hope so. I hope it's a good game. But all right, so first things first, people that love the Fable franchise, congratulations! A new Fable game has been released. The IT Crowd's Richard Ayoda played a starring role in the trailer as narrator, maintaining the cheeky humor the series is known for. We don't know when the game is coming out, but Xbox did confirm that it's coming to Game Pass on day one. Next thing, Phantom Liberty, the DLC that we've been waiting for Cyberpunk, finally got a trailer and a release date. We also got to see the return of Keanu Reeves and the introduction of Idris Elba. Phantom Liberty's missions will take players to an entirely new area of Night City. This will be coming to us on September 26th. This
They've also
game.
announced a ton of quality of life.
Oh, did they? I didn't know anything
It's
about
more,
that.
a lot of the stuff that they've said that they're a lot closer.
That's good.
Interesting to see.
Another game that I've seen a brief trailer of, Avowed, apparently is coming next year. Obsidian's long-awaited fantasy RPG Avowed finally has a release window for next year. Our first big look at the game showed caves, spiders, bears, spellcasting, sword combat, and a ton of other fantasy elements. The game is coming to Game Pass on Xbox Series X and S sometime in 2024. I did see a trailer for this game, and I'm going through the screenshots right now on screen. The game looks pretty fucking solid.
Yeah,
Like, the
it looks
combat
pretty
looks
rad.
fun as shit, and
I
the way
expect
that
the
you
people that made a
spellcast.
better Fallout game than the parent company, a better Skyrim.
Yeah, that's
Will be cool.
fair. That is definitely fair. Honestly, I was actually about to say that. Let's see here. Another mini announcement they made is starting September 1st, a 1 terabyte version of the Xbox Series S will be available. It will retail for $349, which is $50 more than the 500 gig Xbox Series X. Starfield got a new trailer ahead of Direct. We got a much longer look at Starfield in its own dedicated Direct, but Xbox included a trailer for the game in the proper showcase. We saw plenty of establishing shots of planets, ships, wildlife, and a lot more to unpack. We can actually talk more about Starfield after we go through this showcase, but I just want to get through this first. Compulsion Games South of Midnight has been revealed. We Happy Few developer Compulsion Games revealed its next project, South of Midnight. The game is coming to Xbox on Game Pass as well as PC via Steam. The teaser trailer for this game showed a mysterious character playing a guitar on the river while the main character Hazel is looking for a monster with teeth like knives. And that's all we got. Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws is coming out next year. Massive's Star Wars game has been finally revealed, and it's called Star Wars Outlaws. The trailer shows a lot of familiar Star Wars iconography, including cantinas, a Rancor, stormtroopers, and more. Plus, there's an adorable animal companion that looks tailor-made for Star Wars toys. The game is coming to Xbox Series X and S next year, and is set to be open world. I did see a bit of gameplay and a few of the cutscene snapshots in the trailer, so it looked pretty interesting. Forza Motorsport. Let's see here. We finally have a release date for Forza Motorsport for the Forza Motorsport reboot, October 10th. The game is a follow-up to 2017's Forza Motorsport 7. They also gave a new trailer that showed off the gorgeous next-gen visuals, which obviously Forza is one of the staple points of Microsoft. Of course, it's going to look gorgeous. Let's see here. The main show ended with a look at Clockwork Revolution, a new game from Inxile coming in due time. It appears to be a first-person shooter with a steampunk theme, and there were hints of time manipulation mechanics. It's coming to Game Pass on day one. Metaphor Ray Fantasio is coming from the creators of Persona. It's a new RPG from the creators of, once again, Persona. The game looks to retain a lot of Persona style, but with a totally new world. It's coming sometime next year. Spiritfarer Studio reveals new co-op action game. It's called 33 Immortals. The top-down action game maintains the gorgeous hand-drawn visuals of Spiritfarer, and the game supports up to 33 players at once. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass sometime next year. They revealed Payday 3 along with some gameplay. Supposed to be coming out on Game Pass / Xbox Series X/S on September 21st. We already went over Persona 3 Reloaded. Persona 5 Tactical as well, or Tactica as well. Sea of Thieves gets a Monkey Island crossover. A match made in heaven. Monkey Island characters are coming to Sea of Thieves. The pirate crossover is a perfect fit, as the trailer gives us a look at the classic Monkey Island characters in 3D. The crossover is coming on July 20th. Microsoft Simulator 2024 has some new features. Is adding a ton of updates and improvements to Flight Simulator. Plus, the current Microsoft Flight Simulator is getting a Dune crossover, what brings the iconic Thopter to fight Flight Simulator on November 3rd. Hellblade 2 is set to come out sometime next year. If you guys haven't seen the first game, it's actually really fucking solid. It was a lot better than most people thought it would be. Let's see here. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth revealed for next year. The follow-up to Yakuza Like a Dragon has been officially revealed, called Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We see Ichiban wash up on the shore of Hawaii, fully nude. The game is coming to Xbox and Windows early next year. Fallout 76 is getting a new expansion called Atlantic City and is set to come soon. Let's see here. Capcom reveals Path of the Goddess. Apparently a brand new game / IP, an action-focused game with horror themes and a colorful aesthetic. I'm actually curious. Let's watch this really quick. That's really loud. Reminds me of Neo a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
What the fuck? The combat looks interesting. Highly stylized. I appreciate that. Colors look gorgeous. Subtle horror themes, like they said. Okay. I can get behind that. I fucks with it. Let's see here. Banner Saga. Towerborn is coming from the creators of the Banner Saga trilogy and its co-op adventure in an ever-changing world. It has a brighter, more colorful world than Banner Saga and is coming to Xbox Game Pass sometime next year. Let's see here. Short teaser trailer for Still Wakes Deep. The game is coming to Game Pass on day one early next year.
I'm
Let's
curious
see.
to see that one. It looks freaky as fuck.
I'm actually curious.
It also plays pretty heavy on my fear of in the for the entire thing.
That
So
sounds like a perfect horror game for you, Carter.
yeah, honestly.
To be fair to you, though, a lot of people underestimate how fucking terrifying the ocean is.
Don't get me started. It's the reason I haven't played Subnautica.
Yeah, I too hate dolphins.
Big
True.
rapists.
Oh shit. So this is a straight up horror movie or a horror game.
Yes,
Okay. Got it.
as advertised.
To be fair, this is the first time I've heard of it. So yeah, that looks like an interesting game that looks terrifying to play on stream. Let's see here. Moving on, we got Dungeons of Hinterberg was revealed at the showcase, and it has a gorgeous cell shaded painterly art style. We saw exploration, fast-paced combat, minecarts, towns, pastures, and a lot more varied environments. The game is coming to Game Pass sometime early next year. Got yet another expansion for Elder Scrolls Online called Necrom Shadow over Morrowind. Let's see here. Apparently, it's coming actually in 2 days, June 20th. City Skylines is coming to Game Pass this fall. Um, Don't Nod reveals climbing game Jusant. Has a gorgeous, colorful art style and focus on scaling cliffs. Is supposed to hit Game Pass this fall, and that seems to be the biggest highlights. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to Fable. Cyberpunk, obviously, I still like the game even though I had a really rough start. Avowed looks interesting. Don't give a fuck about a new Xbox. Starfield, I did look at not only more pictures of the game after that more recent trailer, but also looked at some of that gameplay trailer or whatever, and it looks interesting. I'm just trying not to get my hopes up. Um, let's see.
Yeah.
Compulsion Games, that sounds kind of interesting. Star Wars Outlaws could be interesting. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so they would have to do something pretty interesting for it to pique my interest. Forza Motorsport, don't really care. Clockwork Revolution, haven't seen enough to care. Metaphor, haven't seen enough to care. Spearfarer, haven't seen enough. Payday 3, could be fun. Played some Payday 2 back in the day, but nothing, no crazy amount of hours or anything.
Payday 2 is pretty fun.
Yeah.
It especially, um, I think it aged especially well after realizing we're in GTA 5.
True.
It's basically just doing those with it.
True. What's the game looking like? Interesting. Persona 3 Reload, that's more Carter and Julio's alley. The same with Tactica. Sea of Thieves, don't care. Flight Simulator, don't care. Senua Saga, I need to play through the first Hellblade first before I pick up this game, but I do need to.
It's pretty great.
The Yakuza series, I've heard
Um,
that's just innocent, or not innocent, I shouldn't say, just blind fun, and they seem to be pretty good hits every
I
time they
need
come
to
out.
get into those. They've dumped all of them on Game Pass. Yes, plus.
Get on it. refuse to forgive Fallout 76 for the heinous state that it was released in, so I don't give a shit about an expansion.
But it's New Vegas.
Capcom's Path of the Goddess also looks interesting. Don't give a shit about Banner Saga. Still Wakes the Deep looks interesting, and that's it for me. What about you guys? What piqued your interest for this showcase?
Like I said, Still Wakes the Deep is going to be an interesting one for me. We'll see how that shakes out. I am very interested in that other that they showed off. Because as the article put it, it basically does the Persona. So I'm excited to see how they treat it in more of a traditional. See how that plays out.
True. What about you, Julio? What you looking for?
Yeah,
Looking
that's all I
forward
got.
to?
I mean, obviously, Persona Tactica is probably the one I really care the most about. I haven't had a good, like, tactical RPG game in a minute, so. And as many times as I can play XCOM 2, it just, fun to have something else.
What was your takeaway from Midnight Suns?
From Midnight
How'd you feel
Suns?
about? Yeah, didn't you play through Midnight Suns?
Actually, I did, yeah.
Well, never mind. I guess that's how well it resonated with.
Yeah, I mean, so the problem with Midnight Suns for me personally, uh, the story was kind of like meh, first of all, and the gameplay, let me be clear, was super good and super fun and engaging, but like the fact that you can kind of ignore the entire story and there is nothing to stop you from doing low level shit for literally hundreds of hours is kind of annoying. Because
Yeah.
in a game like that, I feel like there has to be something that either ramps up the difficulty as you go. Otherwise, what is the point of progressing? Which I guess the point of progressing is you get to see the story, but back to point one, the story is kind of meh.
You weren't
But
invested in Blade's book club?
yeah, I'm sorry.
All
But
right.
I was more invested in Blade trying to get with Captain Marvel and him. Yeah, dude, could
Through
not
book
resist.
club.
Could not resist the white woman swagger. Not even Blade.
This is what we call a snow bunny relationship.
But no, I mean, yeah, it was fun. It isn't what I was looking for from a game like that.
That's fair. That seems to be the consensus.
Yeah,
It's com style game, but if you're elsewhere.
yeah. But I mean, XCOM overall has kind of spoiled me on the whole thing, which is kind of unfair because it was like the first to do like
Well, like
that
it
on
is
such
and
a
it
large
isn't.
scale.
It's the same fucking team, so like I don't think it's in.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. You gonna get Fable, Julio?
I probably will get Fable. I was actually talking a couple of weeks ago about like at work about like how I really wish they would make another Fable game,
You and
and they
James
finally have.
alike.
There you go.
But
Yeah, they announced this one a few years ago. I remember 2 or 3 years
did
back.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I've
it was
never
kind
heard
of like
anything about it.
it was like a Metroid Prime 4 style announcement where they just came on stage and said, "Hey, we're making." They had to
Hey,
share.
Fable 4, Fable 4, mic drop.
Pretty much.
Basically.
It was just kind of one of those please buy our con style announcements.
Hey, Half-Life 3, mic drop.
Yeah.
Shit, that would be a
Like,
console seller for Steam.
but
Steam Deck 2 launching with Half-Life.
shit. Instant 100 mil pre-orders.
But no, I mean, I'm super excited about it. I don't remember if there was anything that you guys talked over about the Fable thing, but I do know that some people are mad about like the art direction of it so far. But
I would have to
which
look
I
at
think
it
is
first.
incredibly stupid. Yeah. Nah, basically it was just like apparently there are some people who are mad that like all of the character models aren't like super hot that
I
somehow they
don't
believe
want
the
to
original.
fuck every character. They made it too real.
Yeah, no, they were just mad. They were mad because I know that the female lead, the model for that, was at least released.
Yeah, they showed off some stuff. But I also think it's like that. From what I've seen, it's that same level of bitching of people who were mad when the Horizon Forbidden West stuff came out, and they were just like, "Oh my god, women have hair on their face. What is?"
Yeah, but whatever. That's not
True.
really what I played Fable for. So
Yeah,
Also true.
I've never played them, but I'm pretty excited to get into it with that one. I've heard good stuff. I just
yeah,
was never an Xbox kid, so
fair enough.
But yeah. Honestly, this is probably one of Xbox's better years for a showcase. Pretty
yeah,
solid.
they have a lot of good faith that if they can follow through on it in the next year, better than they have with the shit that's come out this year. It'll be interesting to see where they're at. By the
They'll
said
be
and done.
sitting pretty. So, but yeah. Why don't we get a little bit upsetty now? How do we feel about us losing the war against Netflix about their password sharing crackdown?
I'm annoyed.
Yep. If you didn't hear about this, Julio, apparently Netflix sees huge growth in subscribers after password sharing crackdown, report says.
How did they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Research company Antenna put out a study that said after the password sharing changes went into effect in late May, Netflix had a single largest day of U.S. subscription additions since 2019. Netflix is said to have added almost 100,000 new signups on May 26th and May 27th. Average daily signups after the password sharing changes jumped by 102% compared to Netflix's previous 60-day average. New signups were reportedly higher than ever, even the spikes that came during COVID lockdowns. The number of membership cancellations also increased after the password sharing changes went into effect, but not enough to offset the overall increase in new membership signups, the report said. All of these figures come from a third party and should be considered to be unofficial and unconfirmed. Netflix will hold its first earnings report since the password sharing crackdown in July, which is when the company may provide further insight and data about the change. As per the new rules, anyone who has previously benefited from password sharing will have to sign up for their own account or move on. Account owners who are feeling generous can spend $8 a month on top of their existing membership to keep any non-paying people on their account. For those who decide to get their own account, Netflix offers a profile transfer feature that carries over personalized content like lists and recommendations. A reported 100 million Netflix accounts globally shared passwords, so Netflix cracking down on it makes sense and is a move to help the company make more money. Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters said during an earnings briefing that some people using a shared account are watching as much as the main account owner and have a very strong likelihood of converting to a paid account. Now it looks like that is exactly what's happening. The password sharing crackdown has been a long time coming, and these changes were already made in various other countries and regions around the world before the US. Netflix memberships in the US start at $7 a month for a plan with ads, $10 a month for basic plan with no ads, $15 a month for standard plan, and $20 a month for the premium plan.
You just
So,
say $20 a month?
yup,
yep, it's their 4K plan.
yeah, and you
Fuck
get
them.
four. You get
Like,
four 4 profiles total, I think, or some shit like that.
Like
Yeah.
actually fuck them. No, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I physically don't understand how that happened. As soon as that news came out, I would have personally I haven't paid for any kind of television in the past like probably 6 years. So,
So you're pretty good at quote unquote sourcing material.
yeah, so like it's just wild to me that people wouldn't like at least look up just the TV show to try and find it somewhere else. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be completely surprised because Netflix, I feel like I am not the target audience. I feel like it is, it's kind of like an older, I look at it as an older generation thing. Like most people
At
in
this point,
most people in our demographic is probably finding most of their like content from Twitch or YouTube or like, I don't know, name a streaming site. Like,
well, fucking
Netflix.
HBO. Shut up. No, not Netflix. That's the point.
yeah, but like,
Idiot.
especially when like Netflix hasn't had, I don't think it's had a hit show in a while, and the ones it has had, they have canceled after like 1 or 2 seasons.
Their
So,
biggest one that they have right now that makes me happy is a sketch comedy show called I Think. They actually just had season 3 come out.
okay,
Restarted my Netflix for it. And it's fucking hilarious.
They
okay,
have the ones that they have personally developed. They have Stranger Things, which is still relatively popular. Um,
Mm, yeah, but they also canceled season.
they have what?
They canceled it. The next season coming out is the last one.
Yes, yes, I did hear about that. They have Cyberpunk, which was a relatively good hit. Um,
Arcade, arcade, arcade.
yeah.
Arcane, yes, that is another solid one. As far as I know,
God, I love League
anyways.
of Legends.
League of Legends.
I haven't watched it. I have no idea.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've heard it's good.
Really?
Yes.
It was good.
Yeah, I've heard.
Let's see here. What's another one? Pokemon Journeys, technically, because you can't really find it anywhere else right now except
Oh
for on
yeah,
Netflix.
the Pokemon relationship.
I'm surprised
So
they got that one. That's kind
That's
of insane to
so
me.
weird.
Honestly,
Like,
I'm surprised the Pokemon Company just as a whole just says fuck you to every other streaming site and just say, hey, here's every series of Pokemon, including every movie ever made, Pokemon related. It's all on our site.
Well, they
Good
have
luck.
like their own website for it. They've got like the Earn app.
They do,
Fucking
but they don't
Pokemon
update
TV
it a
or what?
lot. They haven't updated it since I think mid Alolan or some
Oh,
yeah,
shit
because
like
I
that.
the
remember
Pokemon
back when that
Company is
first
so
launched, their
weird.
big thing was like the big thing they had for that was the Pokemon Origins. Is that the one that followed the plot of Red and Blue manga?
Yeah,
Probably. I
Yeah.
have yet to see that. I've seen like
Oh,
snippets of it and it
dude.
looks fucking amazing.
Oh,
yeah, it
it's
was origin, but
fantastic.
it was great.
Same with the series that involved some like the Johto characters from Gold and Silver.
I mean, Pokemon Johto.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think they did one for Gold and Silver as much as I.
Probably not. I just remember seeing snippets of one of the episodes, and then they did one for it must have been around XY era because it was the female character from third gen. She had a Mega Swampert fighting against Mega Rayquaza.
I mean, they also did that mini series where uh they were doing episodes from every generation. So it might have been clips from that.
Might have been. I'm not for sure. I tried to
Yeah,
look
because
around for it for a bit, but I never found anything, so I gave up. So maybe I was looking for the wrong thing.
they have a few mini-sodes. I can't remember if it was released on YouTube. I know at least the first episode of it is on YouTube, but
I know they made some minisodes for Sword and Shield. because I remember
Yeah.
it was like a 3-minute fucking video of
Yeah, that
the
fucking
champion.
fight. That fight with fucking I can't even remember his name. Leon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leon.
that Leon fight was actually hype as shit.
I watched the final episode between the final world championship battle between Ash and Leon, and that shit's animation was fucking insane, bro. That shit had me hyped. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no. I really need to watch the newer seasons of Pokemon. I feel like we're
They're
getting
all
away
right.
from them.
There are splashes of really good like action sequences and shit, but it's usually like the generic like, oh hey, let's. Go. I mean, to be fair, they do go to pretty much. They go to literally all the regions, which is a little bit different, and they show his growth with his new, I would argue, his strongest team ever. But I mean, in terms of like story, like their average day, like episode by episode, is just like it's like pretty much every other Pokemon genre or Pokemon
Yeah,
series.
that's fair.
The relationship he has with his new travel partner Go is pretty interesting because it to me it seems like they tried their best to put a character in that would be like if like a kid around their age from our world got transported in and just wanted to catch as many Pokemon as possible.
That's fair.
That's basically what I attribute like his whole personality to, is if they dropped a kid from our world into theirs and they wiped their memories from ours but said, "Hey, this is your family now. Um go do things." So, but yeah, no, I would recommend Journeys. It's pretty solid overall. Some of the fights are kind of questionable by Ash, but you know, that's not the first time. So,
Hey man.
Leon.
Leon.
shut the fuck up, Carter. Oh shit. Um, God damn, I wish Philip really was here because the fucking Devolver Direct came out, and he loves those.
Yeah, it did. That shit went hard. I love Vol.
Why don't you tell us about it, Carter? What happened for the Devolver shit?
They brought back acclaimed video game icon Vol.
Voldemort?
No, Volvi.
Oh, Volvi. Okay.
Come on, you remember Volvi?
Do I?
No. The first thing you should know about Devolver Directs is that they're the most unhinged, chaotic shit ever. Love them.
True.
Um, yeah, no, there was some solid shit. They announced Baby Steps, which looked to be kind of like an Octopath, or not Octo, Jesus Christ, Octodad style game, where it's just like very deliberate limb-based movement systems. It looked kind of fun. They have announced a sequel to Human Fall Flat, aptly titled Human Fall Flat 2. They have also announced a sequel to the Talos Principle, called the Talos Principle 2, which is a really good puzzle game. Kind of harkens some Portal vibes. It's a first-person puzzle game. Really cool, like aesthetic and world building and stuff. And then the one that I am the most excited for, one that Julio put out separately, Wizard with a Gun, fucking rad.
Wizard with a gun.
Um, it is about you are a wizard with a gun, and you are in a world that is slowly being invaded by chaos. You and your friends need to survive in it by collecting resources, building a base, defeating countless enemies, and much more. The game is also filled with different biomes, a ton of loot, a full crafting system, and a sandbox waiting to be explored. Um, the two big games I got vibes from in watching this, it reminded me a lot of Don't Starve, and it reminded me a lot of The Gungeon, which is appropriate because Enter the Gungeon is also. But it looks really rad. If anyone's interested, there is a trailer that they did. It's hand drawn art. It looks really good. And then they
The song is
also
also banger.
it is a banger song. There is also a demo on Steam. It's single player, but if you're interested. There's a glimpse of that ahead of its release. So yeah, they definitely took a quality over quantity approach. Expect
I
Devolver
like it.
puts out bangers. So
Jesus Christ. I'm actually curious. I kind of want to watch this Wizard with a Gun trailer.
yeah, dude, it's rad.
It is rad.
Listen, and I'll tell you a tale. There they stood, six alone, the hunter, the maker, and the wild swamp zone, a young chief rising and a weaver of bone. Remember, the gate was thrown wide, the horror inside, the riders drew iron, there was nowhere to hide. Before it was done, our heroes, yes, everyone, they fell and died.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
A full ass gun.
Oh, he's a wizard.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
He's a wild card.
That's gonna be my favorite game to try and
It's
pitch
up
to
to you
people
now,
because it's
kid.
all. Yeah, you're
all
a
you should
guy
be,
who's
Tanner.
he's
Oh,
a wizard,
whatever.
but he's also got a gun. $25, please.
Huh. Interesting. I'm
Yeah,
curious
he's
about
like
it.
a wizard guy, but he has a gun.
He's a wizard. All right. Well, looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Looks pretty interesting. I want to go through a couple of quick snippets. Let's see here. Apparently, there is a rumor going around that Nintendo is preparing a Nintendo Direct for next week.
That makes sense.
Apparently, let's see here. Oh, here's a fun one. Yeah, we'll put that there. Apparently, Across the Spider-Verse has already made more money than Into the Spider-Verse. Let's see here. Into the Spider-Verse played in U.S. theaters in 2019 and early 2020 for a little less than 3 months. It grossed 190 million domestically and another 194 million internationally. While Across the Spider-Verse has only been playing in theaters for 11 days and has already surpassed that total. The film is up to 226 million in the US and 390 million worldwide. Again, less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks out of release. How happy does that make you feel, Carter?
It's a good movie. Deserves it.
Damn straight. I haven't even seen it
The
yet, and I know.
core definition of people are not tired of superhero movies. They are tired.
Of shitty superhero movies. Speaking of that, why don't we talk about the MCU movie release date?
Oh boy.
So apparently they updated it again. Apparently
They
now the
moved a
new one
ton of
is
shit around.
apparently the release schedule for every MCU movie for Phase 5 and 6 starts with the Marvels, which comes out November 10th of this year. Deadpool 3, which comes out May 3rd of next year. Captain America: Brave New World comes out July 26th of next year. Thunderbolts comes out December of next year. Blade comes out February 14th of 2025. Fantastic Four comes out May 2nd of 2025. Avengers: Kang Dynasty comes out May 1st of 2026. And Avengers: Secret Wars comes out May 7th, 2027. Let's see here, and then the next MCU project, which just so happens to be a Disney Plus TV show, is Secret Invasion. It will be premiering in 3 days from this upload, so June 21st. So buckle up, kiddos.
If they blow Secret Invasion, I'm done.
He's done, he says.
No, like Secret Invasion is such a good like fucking pivot.
Fair.
Like this needs to be like the same caliber as Winter Soldier does.
Okay.
Like that is how much importance.
All right. Let's see here. Why don't we talk about some more Diablo 4 stuff, shall we? So, let's see here. Apparently, the true horror of its costly microtransactions has finally revealed itself. Let's see here. The Blizzard's $70 action role playing game leans heavily on in game monetization with plans for various battle passes post launch. Available now, however, is the in game shop, which has become a bone of contention among fans. Diablo 4's shop sells cosmetics only. There are no gameplay affecting items up for sale. Well, that is very much a good thing, and in keeping with promises Blizzard made before launch. The pricing of some of these cosmetics has raised eyebrows. Take the Triune Apostate armor set, for example. It weighs in at 2,500 platinum. 2,500 or platinum is Diablo 4's premium currency and must itself be bought with real world money. 2,500 platinum will set you back 20.99 in euros or 24.99 in USD. Although you do get 300 plat for free. Let's see here. The Cryptic Hunter mount costs 639 euros. That's direct payment with real world money as well. No need for platinum. Let's see here. And of course, there's horse armor for new mounts. Threefold Nightmare Prestige mount and armor costs 15 platinum. So around $15 US. If you want to buy all the cosmetics currently available in the shop, you're looking at spending hundreds of dollars or pounds. One Redditor worked it out and came up with $357 to get everything in the most cost-effective way possible. As you'd expect, the Diablo community has pointed out just how expensive these cosmetics are, and the fact armor sets are available after or for just one class only devalues your purchase somewhat. But others point out that up to $25 for a bundle that includes a skin and a few minor cosmetics is pretty standard these days. Anyone who's played Activision's recent Call of Duty games, for example, will be familiar with these sorts of pricings. Of course, the true test of Diablo's monetization will come when its Battle Pass launches, or a Battle Pass is launched, and we get a sense of whether Blizzard is paywalling the game's best-looking armor sets, or if the base game itself includes fancy fits that hold their own. How do you feel about that, Carter?
Um, I don't know. Like we'll see. Currently, in my experience with the game, I have not seen anything in the transaction shop that looks better than anything you can get just by playing the game.
Okay.
So I'm hoping they can maintain that, especially once the season's kicking off. Um, they did a pretty solid job with the base game armor sets, and they have really good transmog stuff as far as like being able to keep the aesthetic. Like pretty much any armor set or weapon, you go and break as soon as you take sell it or break it apart for parts, you automatically unlock the for it, so you push back and pretty easy to build something
All right.
around
Fair
that
enough.
actions.
How do you feel about that, Julio? How do you feel about
For which
them
game?
microtransactions for Diablo 4?
Diablo 4.
For Diablo 4?
And it's better
I
than
mean,
Immortal.
like, I feel like every time this comes up, I have to mention that I have bought literally $100 skins in video games. Like, there's no. I'm not one of the people who's going to be like, oh, it's not fair that the skins were paid walled. Like, it it's there. It's not really affecting the gameplay in any meaningful way. Like, cool. If you really want it, then like, I guess it sucks. But like, it's it's not really there for you if you can't afford it,
Damn.
and it's not. I mean, like, it's unfair. Like, I realize that my opinion is kind of shitty, but also it's just kind of like I gotta. They'll make the money somehow. I'd rather that the microtransactions be skins and then some people miss out who really wanted it than have it be some gameplay breaking buffs, you know?
Yeah, and so far that's what it's been purely.
So that's my stance on it. That's my stance in microtransactions for pretty much any online game.
It's valid. Cool.
Okay. Sorry, I had to go pee really bad.
Isaiah's flicking his.
I'm glad that cut off. Anyways,
I'm
um, let's see here. Where were we? We were talking about microtransactions in Diablo 4, correct?
Yes, he just went on a giant diatribe that
Hey, listen. The podcast episode still heard it, okay?
But I agree, Julio. As long as it stays cosmetic, I do not have a problem with
True.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. As long as it stays cosmetic. We know eventually
Maybe
it will
not.
not be,
It's
but for now they're safe. It's okay. Because I'm
Blizzard
not buying the
tends to
game.
be more on the not pay to win side. Not that they haven't dipped into pay. It seems to be less of an.
You guys have phones, right?
Yeah.
Not pay to win at all.
Yeah. What is this? Like some kind of poorly timed April Fool's?
Speaking of more Diablo 4 stuff. Apparently, as of June 12th, Diablo 4 passes 666 millianos in dollars in sales, sets new Blizzard record. Apparently, Blizzard had previously revealed that Diablo 4 was its fastest selling game ever, although no sales figures were revealed at that time. And detailed in a press release, Blizzard announced that Diablo 4 has crossed 666 the $666 million milestone within 5 days of its launch. It's important to note that Blizzard is using June 6th as its official launch date, even though the early access period began on June 1st, which players could gain access to by buying special editions of Diablo 4. Blizzard has not revealed how many copies of Diablo 4 have been sold, and the $666 million mark also includes microtransactions from Diablo 4's in-game shop, which includes some expensive armor sets. Blizzard also shared some other in-game milestones that players have reached, like the total playtime passing 276 million hours. During that playtime, players have killed 276 billion demons and died 316 million times. Blizzard also confirmed that 163 players have reached the maximum level in hardcore mode, and where death is permanent. Let's see here. The game is just getting started too, with its first live service season coming in the next month or so. Season 1 is also when Diablo 4 will get its first battle pass, which could help Diablo 4's microtransaction sales. Blizzard has already confirmed that there are 2 expansions in the works for Diablo 4, showing that the player plans to support Diablo 4 for a long time, or the developer, not player. Data miners have also found evidence of higher world tiers and gem rarities. Of course they do. It's a fucking live service MMO, basically. Suggesting that even more content is on the way. So, I mean, I'm glad that the game is doing well. But did anyone really doubt that it would?
I mean, after the last couple of years they've had, yeah. Yeah, I had my doubts.
That's fair.
I don't know, man. Diablo 4, but actually, you know what? I take that back, because I would say that Diablo 4 is their baby, but I mean, we've seen what they've done with World of Warcraft and shit.
Well, they've even fucked up Diablo with Portal.
That is true, yeah. We don't talk about that one, though. That one doesn't exist.
You guys have phones.
But yeah, so what do you guys think about that sales number? You guys think the game deserves it? You think Activision Blizzard deserves it?
You
You go ahead.
go first.
No,
Oh,
you-
okay. I was just gonna say I've heard around the water time. Um, definitely didn't walk back any statements that I made on the.
Yeah, no, not at all, Carter. By the way, how's
Nope.
that Diablo 4 playthrough going?
Pretty good. I hit Paragon today. It's pretty rad. It is a very fun game at its foundation.
Okay, okay. What about you, Carter? Or not Carter, Jesus Christ, Julio.
What?
What
Oh, I'm
do
never
you think?
giving Blizzard Activision my money again.
No,
I'm
that's fine.
surprised. I'm not surprised that it's doing well. Like, I obviously knew it would. It's not that the options for them were it does well on release or it gets released poorly and then they make it be better. Cause they really didn't have a choice at this point. They needed a W, so to speak.
Quite true.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I can't really say that I'm surprised that the game sold well to an extent, but I also agree that they kind of needed the W2, so, you know, all that good stuff. Let's see here. Moving on to the next one. I'm not really gonna go too far into this article because it's literally just like speculation. But apparently, fans are theorizing that the mysterious ad for a Japanese studio mentioning developing a next generation console could be Nintendo. That's all that the article even says. It's just theorizing that it's Nintendo. There is no confirmation or anything. Just a quick snippet, just in case anyone hadn't been noted or hadn't been told, which I hadn't until I seen the article. So there's that. Let's see here. More microtransaction BS. This one's about GTA. We haven't talked about or talked shit about GTA in a while. Let's see here. So apparently, GTA Online players are usually happy when Rockstar rolls out a new update, but the latest San Andreas Mercenaries expansion has instead made them upset after removing more than 180 vehicles from the game. As reported by Kotaku, Rockstar removed at least 189 cars and bikes from GTA Online, and making matters worse, put some of them behind a $6 a month GTA Plus subscription, which is currently only available for PS5 and Xbox Series players. Though the developer warned many lesser used vehicles will be removed from the game ahead of the expansion launching, many players assumed just a handful of old cars would be pulled. Instead, Rockstar removed nearly 200 vehicles, including some previously free to acquire, and put some of them behind a paywall. Let's see here. They said lesser vehicles and removed fucking everything, commented one frustrated Reddit user on a post outlining every removed vehicle. They really ruined this update already with that stupid shit, and have said another. Rockstar said it removed the vehicles to streamline the shopping experience, but one user who claimed to have been playing GTA 5 since it launched in 2013 said this was never an issue in the game. Quote, if there's one thing I've never heard anyone say since 2013 is there are too many cars available to buy, they said. I've never once heard that, not once. The list of frustrated users go on saying this is fucking robbery, said another. Holy shit, the lesser used term was a gigantic lie. Everyone thought it was going to be the NPC vehicle or really, really old ones. This is disgusting trying to create fake rarity like that. Rockstar is yet to address the fan outcry, but IGN has reached out to the developer for comment. And that is all we know so far. So yeah. How do we feel about this, guys?
Uh, I mean, depending on what kind of cars, I guess I would need to see a list for more info on it. Because especially with the game that's been around that long and how like real world likenesses and stuff that it uses, um, there is going to be a point in time where another recent example would be like updates to like the older games like GTA 4, where they were specifically updated to cut out music from the game's soundtrack, where like they had reached the end of their agreement to have them in the game. So if that's the angle they're taking, see that. But again, with
Okay, fair enough.
around,
What about you, Julio?
Um, I mean, I don't know. I think I agree with Carter that I'd have to see like what was actually removed, because if it's just like some random shit vehicles, then it really doesn't matter. But if it's like, here's some shit that is now behind a paywall that is actually like the best in this game, but there's a part of me that thinks that, and then I realize that
That what?
there's a part of me that realizes it's not fuck, what the hell am I trying to say? Um I'm like completely spacing right now. What the fuck? Basically, there's a part of me that realizes that there's a bunch of hackers and other things in their games anyway, so I feel like this is kind of moot at this point to like say it's behind a paywall when it really isn't. But
Fair
it's
enough.
neither here nor there.
Fair. I don't know. Me personally, I'd like to hope that Rockstar at least ran like some sort of uh, data like simulations or whatever to see what cars were used the least or something, and then just went with that to decide which ones they wanted to get rid of, and then maybe a few of the higher rated ones they put behind that GTA Plus. But I honestly don't know what's going through their heads for that. I find it kind of weird, especially since they're only saying they put specifically only a couple behind the subscription. So that tells me that out of like that 200 or almost 200, only a handful of them were semi-popular. And
Yeah.
then, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's an insanely big deal unless like they just fucking threw them all into a pot and just started picking cars at random. I don't know. But I don't really have like a significant opinion on it, really. Cause
Yeah, I
if
mean, I haven't played it in years, so
yeah,
it's not like.
I don't remember actually. You know what? I could probably look on Steam at least. When was the last time I played this
I
fucking
think the
game?
last time I played it is when they gave it out for free on it.
Pretty much.
I haven't played GTA 5 at least on Steam in 2 years. So, and I think I played it a little bit on their Rockstar client, and then a little bit on Epic Games because they were giving it away for free on there too. So, I don't know. I do think it is kind of weird that they just all of a sudden decided to do that because, like the Redditors were saying, there's never really been an issue for that. And me personally, I've never heard of anyone having an issue with there being so many cars to be able to choose from. So that
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
kind of odd to use that as an excuse,
who knew Grand Theft Auto players enjoy automobiles?
right? It's crazy. And I can't really, and I would assume that if they were trying to do it to reduce like some sort of hypothetical performance issue or some shit, like caused by so many different kinds of vehicles or so many models being on the map at once, I have no fucking idea. But I feel like if that was the case, they would have said something about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At my reasonable guess is they just decided to remove them and then keeping the ones that were the more popular out of the big ass pot just to put down behind a subscription and to reduce the amount of choices to try and convince you to get GTA Plus. That would be my only guess that I have off the top of my head. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck Rockstar. Anyways, moving on to more Bethesda stuff. Okay. The Elder Scrolls 6 may be the last game in the fantasy series Todd Howard makes. The Bethesda boss has said, speaking to IGN ahead of Starfield Direct, 52-year-old Howard discusses the length of time it takes for Bethesda Game Studios to make its games. Starfield is Bethesda Game Studios' first intellectual property, first new IP in over 25 years, and it's the first major release since Fallout 4 came out 8 years ago in 2015. While Bethesda Game Studios has grown bigger since those days, with 4 studios being Rockville, Montreal, Austin and Dallas, set up and contracts with multiple partners in place, this expansion does not necessarily speed up development, Howard insisted. The Elder Scrolls 6 was announced in 2018 with a teaser video below in the article. Howard was confirmed it will follow Starfield, although a release window has yet to be announced. In a 2022 interview with IGN, Howard said Fallout 5 would be Bethesda Game Studios' next game after Elder Scrolls 6, but he clarified that comment saying now it will clearly be after Elder Scrolls 6 at some point in the future. What's clear is Bethesda Game Studios title takes many years to develop, even though they. Okay, here's my thing. If you're gonna take so long to fucking develop it, why does it release with so many game-breaking bugs? That's my only question. I don't like that.
Cause
We put heart and soul into our games. I don't believe you do. I think you put a fifth of a soul into the fucking games, if that. You guys have been using the same fucking engine since fucking 2008.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
But
Ain't I
anyways,
a stinker?
something Howard has bemoaned in the past, but Howard insisted that the most important thing is to give these games the time they need, pointing to the long gap between the launch of games like Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto as not impacting their series. Um, quote, I think Half-Life will do fine, right? Even though in the moment, how do I bring that closer to reality today? Because I want to play it. Those gaps, these are still evergreen franchises that I think when they come, it's about doing it just right. I want to be faster, but speed isn't the goal. In that context, and with long-term support for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 in mind, Howard has begun to think about how many games he has left in him. Quote, so our ability, like we talked about, to support Starfield, whereas maybe in the old days you would put it down and then you'd go on to the sequel, now we can support that game for a much longer period of time, which is what our plan is. And then as we look to an Elder Scrolls 6, that one is where I probably shouldn't say this, but if I do the math, I'm not getting any younger. How long do people play Elder Scrolls for? That one may be the last one I do. I don't know. Let's see here. Based on Bethesda's track record for development timescales, Elder Scrolls 6 may end up skipping the current generation of consoles entirely. It seems certain that whatever Bethesda Game Studios releases after Elder Scrolls 6, whether it be Fallout 5 or something else, it will launch on Microsoft's next generation console. And after that, assuming the Elder Scrolls 7 is a game Bethesda Game Studios intends to make, we could be looking at coming out 20. It could be looking at coming out 20 years from now. How do you guys feel about Todd Howard talking about retirement?
I mean, in recent years, I think he. Excuse me.
You think what?
In recent years, I had to clear. Excuse me. Um, in recent years, it's kind of clear that Bethesda's losing some of their steam and their good grace that they have
True.
built up over the years. I don't know how much of that Todd Howard is playing a part in.
He's
But
16
would
times
be,
the blame.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't believe you.
I think it would be interesting to see how that direction.
Yeah.
Because they do need some kind of shake-up. I think Doom was a really
I mean, it was a
with the
good
current
temporary
position and
bump up.
backlash, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say. They were
They need
almost
some
sitting
support
pretty.
with their big guys.
They were almost sitting pretty, and then they started that whole bullshit with the one dude that made the fucking music.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand that games take a long time, but I also don't think we are people can consistently get away with thinking back.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
Oh, that actually killed me.
True. What
yeah,
about you, Julio? What do you think about Todd Howard thinking about thinking more and more about retirement?
I mean, like, if the dude is thinking about retiring, it's probably time to retire, right?
yeah.
I'm thinking about retiring.
And I
Good.
guess it's time to retire.
True.
There you go, man. Get that severance package and your gold watch.
Fuck
Outta here.
yes. Let's go.
I'm just saying, man, like somebody who is as like prolific in game development and design as Todd Howard, if he's like, man, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, kind of doesn't really matter if like
Yeah,
he has, because like I can tell you, the dude who made Smash Bros. His when he said, "I think I'm done making Smash Bros." Maybe he should be done if like he's not having fun doing it anymore, or if he's like,
Dude, fucking Sakurai deserved to smash.
bro, can you? Sorry, I'm doing a raid while we're doing this.
Fair enough.
In
But yeah,
Episode 2.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's I guess it could be I could understand it being like a fleeting thought, but him thinking heavily about retirement is kind of like odd considering he still probably
Not
has
really. He's an older.
what?
He's been around for a while.
I don't know. I guess I'm thinking it from an age perspective, not from a person that could be or could not be getting burnt out from it. So
I mean, that's
I
fair.
mean, yeah, but he's also a guy that's helmed like some of the biggest RPGs made in the 25 years.
yeah.
Some of the biggest games made in the last 25 years.
So yeah. Um, just thought that was an interesting tidbit. Um, let's see here. Honestly, I'm out of energy, and we only got like 2 articles left. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here.
Oh, okay.
And did you have something else you wanted to add, Carter? Like anything else you wanted to talk about specifically?
Let me skim through. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to touch on this really funny Mass Effect thing.
Okay.
Um, BioWare announced back on June 12th that they were going to do a statue to commemorate some key moments from Mass Effect 2. And the statue in question that they went out with um, is the death scene from the end of Mass Effect 2. It was literally just like a dead, and like the funnier part of the people that piss people off more is this was exclusively like femsheps, female version of the character. It was just a statue of the scene in Mass Effect 2 where through space, um, where she's just dead.
Um.
And it got so much backlash that they were selling this statue. It was like a $300 statue of this dead main. They got so much backlash that they immediately from their online shop like 24 hours and fully refunded it.
Yeah, I am kind of confused as to why they just chose the female version of Shepard.
Yeah,
like, like
Not
why?
why. I know why.
I need to understand. Tell me, Julio.
I mean, like, just aesthetically.
yeah.
Are you saying that Mass Effect fans want a statue of a dead woman on their statue on their desk or something at all times?
I mean,
I'm
clearly
saying
there
that
was enough
most
of a market
people
that they thought about it.
saying that most people would rather have a female model on their desk than a male model.
I mean that is fair, but I'm asking why
Even if it's a dead
specifically?
body.
Why is it dead? Why a dead body though?
So I saw the statue, and in all honesty, like it, like obviously the scene it comes from, people will recognize it, but like looking at the statue, there's no way you like realize that's a dead body because
Yeah, no.
it has a full mask
Yeah,
and
no, I
like it's
see
in a
this.
suit. It's like
Yep, it's in a suit. The suit
But at
isn't
the same
damaged.
time, if your whole, I don't know, for me, like if your whole MO is we want to give back to this franchise and all of these people that support us. There's a statue of one of the most like controversial scenes. Also, you don't get the male one. It's just a dead woman.
but like, I don't know. I guess I don't see where the problem comes in. Like, why is it a controversial scene? I guess this is part of my like misunderstanding in terms of why people are up in arms about it. Like, obviously, I understand people are like, oh, a dead lady. Why is there not a dead man? Well, I mean, like,
Well, it's I
that's
like
obvious reasons.
yeah,
But
that part they're digging their own grave, but like of all of the shit that you could pull from, out of all the iconography that that franchise does, like there are better scenes from Andromeda that people could make a statue of, and they would be like, "Yeah, I'll drop some money." But instead, they were just like, "Here's this scene where the main character's dead. $300, please." I don't know. It's just really fucking weird.
I mean,
That
it's weird. I just don't see where the outrage comes from it. Like, why is there enough people? Why is there enough complaints to force them to pull a product that they had probably already commissioned? Is like my question there. Because, like, obviously, you don't just make the decision, oh, like, people are mad about this statue, fucking, let's fucking pull it. No, that's like, there are enough people who are mad about this scene specifically, or, like, this statue specifically, and, like, oh, like, I, I just feel like the people who should care about the statue are not the ones who are being catered to by pulling the statue in the first place.
I
It just
suppose.
yeah, it just seems odd that like you put in the effort of designing this statue, right? Like obviously they could have picked better scenes. There are better scenes to
Not only that,
pull,
but also the
but
statue doesn't even look like it's worth fucking $300.
no, I
I
mean
think that
like
was another point I can.
it doesn't. Like there are definitely way better things to do. Like
I
I don't
could
know.
find a Digimon model for way better and for like a sixth of the price.
Not a Mastimon, you can't.
Not of Mastamon, unfortunately, but I can find an Alphamon one.
But no, it just seems odd that like the statue got that much kind of notoriety. I think it's funnier to me that they had to pull it rather than the fact that like it looks like it wasn't worth it. I think that's the funnier part.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think it's kind of funny.
But
Yeah, no, I don't know. I do think that people may be maybe overreacting a little bit.
I'm
I
also
don't think
trying
it's
to understand the argument
said
for oh,
over.
there's a dead woman statue. We also need the dead man statue. Like, are they mad? Are they mad at the scene, or are they mad that it's just the dead woman?
I think they're just
I don't
mad
know.
that it's
I
just a
think as
woman.
far as that angle goes, it's more of a smack face to them who are going, "Oh, we by this franchise," and then not taking into account the fact that people can pick either a male or a female before
That's
we
fair.
just say, "Hey, you're limited to owning."
See, that's a fair standpoint.
That's fair.
I can see that.
But yeah, it's this is very funny to say the least. But all right, well, did you have anything else you would like to talk about, Carter or Julio?
No, I just wanted to laugh. Fem ship.
That's funny.
I don't know. Did you guys already go over the Overwatch 2 thing? I'll be real brief if you didn't.
I don't think we
No,
did.
I have not. I have
Alright,
not.
so Overwatch 2, obviously they're having the PvE story content coming out. I learned apparently that they're going to be charging $15 for that. I think that's absolute
Of
bullshit.
course they are.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
so
they?
so I think that's absolute bullshit because you have not only have they stated that PvE is no longer their fucking like they basically aren't going to be putting as much effort into it as was originally believed, and then to also be charging people $15 on top of that
For
is
lesser quality content as well
yeah,
that you
yeah,
just openly admitted to.
yeah. Like they openly admitted, hey, we are focusing on PvP. The PvE is taking a backseat. We're not going to be giving you the original features that we promised. And anyway, pay $15, please. So makes me mad.
That's wild.
Yeah, but
I
no, I
think
just wanted to get that out.
I think they're just trying to bury Overwatch. I am
Yeah, I mean,
convinced.
Seems
it
that
sure
way.
feels like it. Like,
They really just doing their most to try and just say, "Hey, we don't want Overwatch around anymore."
we have all of our eggs in our two baskets. I don't want to play with you anymore. Diablo
Nope.
4 shows up.
Yeah, fuck you.
What's the other basket? Because I don't hear people jacking off Warcraft.
That is true. I
They
haven't
have
heard
Classic.
anything. I
Yeah,
don't
but like
even.
RuneScape Classic exists too. Guess which one I'd rather play.
Where does World of Warcraft even sit on Twitch?
I would not be the least bit surprised if Final Fantasy XIV was higher.
I would
Final
also not be
Fantasy 14
surprised.
is much more engaging as a not only as like a watching thing, but as a community thing. Like the community of World of Warcraft fucking sucks, dude. Like that's
Yeah,
like anybody who
always has.
plays World of Warcraft will tell you that the fucking community sucks. And the community in Final Fantasy 14 is kind of like, man, this dude is really bad. I should probably tell him how to play the game.
Yeah.
Instead of World
Actually,
of Warcraft, where this guy is really bad, let's immediately shit on him.
What's toxin?
Yeah.
surprisingly, World of Warcraft is placed higher than Final Fantasy 14. Cause let's
That
see
is
here.
surprising.
Number one is Just Chatting, followed by Only Up, then Valorant, then Diablo 4, then League, Minecraft, GTA 5, Overwatch 2, TFT, Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex Legends, FIFA 23, Street Fighter 6, Counter-Strike, World of Warcraft, and then Rust. Those are the first two rows.
Damn.
So apparently Final Fantasy isn't even in like what is that? The 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top 18.
Interesting.
That's
surprising.
wild. Actually,
Well,
I'm actually surprised. It's the top. It's in 9, 18, 27, 36. It is spot number 45.
what that is. Wonder if World of Warcraft had an expansion release. Wait,
They had Dragonflight, but I don't know when Dragonflight came out.
Mid.
But to be fair, Summit is currently playing World of Warcraft, so that's probably like a pretty decent contributor.
The fuck is Summit?
One of the OG Twitch streamers, dude.
So
Was here back when
I
it
don't
was still
care. He
Justin
probably doesn't even
TV,
play
bro.
Solitaire.
But
I didn't see it. It's new to me.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, if you guys don't have anything more, I would think I'll just go ahead and close out tonight's episode. If you guys in the viewing seat enjoyed tonight's episode, make sure to like the video. It helps us in the algorithm. Leave a comment. Subscribe. If you're feeling spicy, you can also share the video. Podcasts tend to be pretty good for just listening to in passing. So, it's just pretty nice to listen to in the background.
If you didn't know what a podcast was.
Fuck you. Anyways, let's see. Go join the damn Discord. We need more individuals in there to talk shit to send memes to and stuff.
I don't have memes to send.
You
Yeah, the
do.
memes
You
that I
just
have
they're
are what
just a
put me
bit
on a watch
risky.
list.
What?
You got riskier memes, Julio.
My memes aren't risky, dude.
You and Kane. You feed off of each other. Anyways,
I posted a video of Isabella in
In the jar.
the jar. The jar.
the jar. All
Yeah,
right.
but it's not in the Discord. And people can't
Shit, you're right. Hang on.
play it.
But all right. Well, everyone say your outros. Come on now. Come on. Let's go.
Happy Father's Day to all those hot. Even you, Jeffrey Bezos.
Jesus Christ. Julio, come on, let's get your outro, man.
What? All right. Hey, I don't know if anybody knows me. Let me do my intro, outro. I'm Faulty OD. Welcome. Anyway, see you later, Faulty fam.
There you go. Beautiful.
You did it.
Have a great night, everybody.